His girlfriend's one of a kind.
They made me, they throw away the mall.
But he wants to remold her.
A little more chest, a little less butt.
After another woman with a lot to be proud of.
Hey, if I purchase them too, I will be proud of myself too.
Dances her way into his heart.
I started dancing for him naked.
I didn't do anything, she did it.
Naked though.
And she has a blind date too.
He told me that he never wears any underwear.
Will they stay together or have a change of heart?
Naked though.
I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet their dates a little bit later, but first let's meet our couple. Now, he's a DJ, she's a paralegal, and they met at a nightclub about 8 months ago. They danced till the morning light, and then they've been sequestered with each other since. Please welcome Robert Romero and Myra Alab. Welcome to the program. Now, I guess the jury's still out as far as your romance is concerned. Myra, what is it about Robert that you find so endearing?
Well, basically, he always treats me extremely nice. Every time I go to sleep, the last thing I hear is his voice. Oh. And he always reminds me of how much he loves me.
Oh. Kind of sweet. All right, Robert, how long after you met Myra did you know that she was so special?
Well, probably the first date we went out. We went out Third Street Promenade in the pier, and everybody just asking us, well, how you guys been married and stuff, and it just clicks. It's just...
Wow, they thought you were married and everything.
They're
so
like,
Myra,
buy a flyer for your wife, and you know.
Yeah? So Myra, things started out really, you know, hot and heavy, I guess. Any snags, though, along the way?
Well, he's 27 years old, and he won't leave his house. Oh. Basically, he still
Are you saying he's a mama's boy or what?
You could say that, yes. As a matter of fact, every time I spend a night at his house, I have to park my car 2 blocks away or so.
You do not.
In order for them not to see it.
Is there anything you'd like to change about Myra's looks? Oh! I'm assuming, we don't do sign language here, but I'm assuming you want a little more.
A little more chest, a little less butt, you know.
Oh, very shifty.
Excuse me.
Breast implants, butt master, you know.
Breast implants.
Breast implants, butt master.
I thought you loved the natural shapes. Oh, excuse me. He needs liposuction, honey. Let me tell you, his stomach sticks out more than his chest.
I see.
It's like if he stands straight, his stomach's like pregnant, you know? Total pregnant.
Myra, does Robert make any unreasonable requests of your relationship?
Yeah, he expects me to be the chauffeur of this relationship in a way, because I'm always driving everywhere. He never drives anywhere. His car, a mess, a total mess. Never takes it in, always broken down.
All right, Robert, who's the jealous one in the relationship, you or Myra?
Definitely Myra. Definitely Myra. I mean, I turn my back for a second, brush my teeth. She goes to my room like she has a search warrant.
Myra, who would you say wears the pants in this relationship?
Sweetie, I do.
You do?
Let me tell you. I make 3 times as much as he does.
Mm-hmm. I have to pay for everything.
No, you don't.
I do too.
Not all the time. Oh, please. I make 3 times more than he does, most definitely. And I basically, you know, I'm career-oriented. I mean, I want to be an attorney later on. I want to go to law school, and I want someone who can actually shadow that, a partner that can actually be a good companion in my future.
Now, Robert, she sounds like she's a pretty good go-getter. Anything that would surprise us about Myra?
Being a go-getter, she's pretty lazy in bed. She's a lazy lover.
I'm a lazy lover.
Lazy lover. You
Excuse
sit there.
me, what?
Sometimes we get in bed, watches TV, and expects me to make love to her. She just lays there like that.
No.
Is it a favorite program you don't want to miss or something?
I stop for a second to complain she's not interested. She's like, back to work, honey.
Let me put it to you this way. You know why?
She's ready to kick my butt if I
The
don't
show might be longer than what he's doing. So I might not want to miss that. So basically, he's done in 20 seconds, and later on, he's like, come on, get your toy out. Get your toy out. I'm like, my toys.
Moving right along here, Myra, why is this a good time that the two of you went out on dates with somebody else?
Well, basically, I happen to think that I'm one of a kind. There's no one there out there with this package, you know? And I know for a fact that when they make me, they throw away the mall.
Yeah. And so you figure going out on other dates, what?
Well, make him realize who I really am.
Oh, okay, so make sure he understands fully what he's got his hands for. Okay, gotcha. It seems obviously that Myra and Robert have some disputes to resolve here. Now, when we come back, we get to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out if they're going to stay together or have a change of heart. Change of Heart. We are here with Robert and Myra. Now, Myra wants to trade in her chauffeur's license for a man with his own address and a permanent job. So we hooked her up with a hardworking guy who left the nest in his 67 El Camino years ago. Please welcome Jeff Garola. Welcome to the show. You know Myra? All right, Robert, let me ask you, does Jeff look like the kind of guy that could get Myra's motor running?
I don't know, man. It's 67 Camino compared to 99 Mercedes. I don't know. Doesn't look like he's passed the smog check.
Myra, any expectations for your date with Jeff before you started?
Well, basically, yes, there was. We started flirting from the get-go on the phone. I mean, first time, hello, hello. And basically, at that time, he had a buddy's girlfriend over, and I wanted to get a female's point of view on how he looked like. So I told him, you know, put her on the phone, let me ask her how you really look like. Because he was basically pumping himself up. So I said, okay, he's confident. That turned me on a little. So then, you know, the girl came on, it's like, don't worry, he's great. So I felt a lot better hearing it from a female.
And Jeff, while you were having a conversation with Myra before you met her, did you think you were going to like her?
Yeah, we're both really sexually charged. The first conversation, we even got into a topic of X-rated movies and how we like to please ourselves watching movies.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
You never watched TV shows with me.
You know what? I do. But it's just that you're usually sleeping.
Myra, was Jeff as sexy as advertised?
Most definitely. Actually, at first, we were both wearing sunglasses. And he basically, I said to him, you know what? I'll take off mine if you take off yours. And once he took off the sunglasses, I noticed his eyes were gorgeous with the long, you know, eyelashes that were just attractive to me. So I loved his eyes.
There you were. There was the connection.
I loved his eyes.
Jeff, one of the things...
Your eyes are okay, but you know, the wrinkles, it's just...
Too much. Jeff, one of the things that Robert said was that Myra's backside was a little too large. Do you have that problem?
No, not at all, man. I'm a leg and butt man myself, actually. And everything seems very well intact. Very well.
Very well proportioned for you, then.
Very well.
Anything that wasn't?
There was a discrepancy, though. It seemed that she bumped her head on something the night before, so the whole date she had a Band-Aid on her forehead.
Oh, boo-boo.
It was
It was
cute.
just a small boo-boo, but it was no big deal.
All right, Myra, did Jeff then drive on the date, or did you have to play chauffeur to him, too?
No, as a matter of fact, he drove. He was, he had a very nice new Lexus, and that was impressive. Until apparently he was having trouble with the tuning of it. He didn't know how to turn it on and off and stuff. And I noticed that, I'm like, he goes, well, this is my dad's car.
And you're like, here we go again.
I'm like, here we go again. Why is it my luck?
Well, Jeff, were you a little distracted while you were in the car?
Well, yeah, actually I was, like I am now, actually. Yeah. I had an eye full leg, and she was wearing something a bit revealing.
How revealing?
Revealing enough. And I commented on how nice her legs were, and she invited me to go ahead and touch them.
Touch them?
Robert, does that surprise you that she actually encouraged it?
I didn't encourage him. Hey,
What?
you know what? Legs are there if you want to touch them.
Those legs are my legs. Those legs are my legs.
I was obviously bringing something out in her. That had been buried for a while, so.
I see. Myra, you said Robert's a little financially shaky and unstable. What about Jeff?
Well, Jeff seems to be well off. He has, his own place, and basically he has a job where he see a bright future ahead, and that turns me on a lot. He took me to a very expensive restaurant too,
So you guys had a nice dinner then, I guess.
extremely nice dinner.
Jeff, while dinner was going on, did you feel things start to sizzle up a little bit?
They were sizzling up a bit. Dinner was good. The atmosphere was beautiful, and she was looking beautiful. And she wanted to try some of what I had to eat, so I went ahead and proceeded to feed her. In the process of doing that, she spilled a little sauce on her lip, and she licked it off, and I had a lot of sexual images going through my head at that point. So it was looking solid.
Yeah, well, sauce licking will do that.
Sauce is good.
Myra,
Yes,
after
yes.
dinner, did things get more comfortable?
Most definitely. We walked down to the beach, and it was extremely cold, so he opened up his coat, and he offered me to go in there and get warmed up.
Oh, he
So
did,
I
did he?
cuddled up, and while I was cuddling up, he revealed something to me.
Which was?
He told me that he never wears any underwear. kept
Probably
looking
has
at
nothing to hold into place.
I got plenty to hold, buddy. She'll vouch for that.
And Jeff, how did Myra react when she told her that?
A little squeal, a little laughter.
A laugh, probably.
She seemed very pleased at what she saw.
Oh,
She
really?
seemed very pleased.
All right, not what Robert's intimating to. And so, Myra, did you look at Jeff in a whole different way then?
Oh, most definitely. I couldn't keep my eyes off his zipper.
Jeff, after your revelation, did Myra share any other secrets with you?
We had discussed if we'd ever driven naked, and she told me about one experience she had where she was obviously in the company of somebody else, and that was a bit arousing. She had apparently driven with her pants down, and I definitely invited her to re-examine the loss of underwear I had on at the time. So.
And Myra?
Yes.
Boy, I'm just kind of curious at what happened at the end of the night, if this was what was going on before.
I know. Well, basically, of course, at the end of the night, I said thank you for the lovely dinner, and I kissed him goodnight, and I gave him a tight hug, kissed him in the mouth, and I had to, glance over once again and say goodbye. And that was it.
And that's how it ended,
That
just
was
with
it.
one last glance.
One last glance. Had to see if it was hanging right.
Okay. Was cuddling with a man who doesn't wear underwear enough to give Myra a change of heart? We're going to find out later, but next we're going to meet the woman that Robert dated, and we'll hear all about their date, so stay with us. All right, welcome back to Change of Heart. We just heard what happened on Myra's date with Jeff, and now we get to meet the woman that Robert dated. Robert says that Myra needs to be more hands-on when it comes to fitness and romance, and more hands-off when it comes to his phone list. So we set him up with a nursing student who's got just the right prescription for love. Please welcome Laura Gonzalez. Hello, Laura. Myra, let me ask you the first question. Myra, does Laura look fit enough for Robert's taste?
I think if you put a paper bag over her head, it could be anybody.
Well,
Robert, let me ask you a question. Did you know anything at all about Laura before you met?
Very first thing I knew that I heard about was 38, 22, 36. D cup?
We're not talking lotto numbers here either.
No, that's better than lottery, I'd say.
All right. And how, Robert, how did you know these things?
Oh, we're talking on the phone, and just
You asked?
No, she's volunteered. She's very proud of herself and the way she looks, the way she keeps her body, and
Hey, if I purchased them too, I would be proud of myself too.
Laura, did Robert talk about himself when?
well, he doesn't have any complaints about me though, and that's
no
important.
complaints.
Yeah. So when you were talking to him on the phone, did he talk about himself?
Actually, I asked him how is 1 to 10, how he described himself, and he said 9.5.
And Robert, then when you're talking to her, did she give you some other clues about her looks?
Well, we decided to meet at a nightclub, and she said she's gonna wear a hot pink top. So I went to the nightclub, hanging out with some friends, and I didn't see anything with a hot pink top. And then a little while later, a girl walks in. All my friends look over and like, damn, look at that over there. Me just kidding around. I told them, that's her, and they're just, they couldn't believe it. They just thought I was kidding. And then I was looking for a girl hot pink top, and noticed that she was looking for somebody, and it turned out to be it was her.
Yeah. We just got the wrong colors going on, or what happened, Laura?
Well, actually, I'm just, I changed my outfit because I want to see him first before he saw me. And I was like, and then he came to me and I was like, and then he said me, you Laura, right? I was like, how do you know? He was like, because I was looking for the most beautiful girl in the club. And it was nice.
God, how
And Robert,
That's
what did your
such a
friends
cheap
say?
line.
Robert, once your friends finally realized it was her for real, what'd they say?
My friends, including her friends, change a heart, change a heart, change a heart.
What, you got everybody in the bar chanting this for you? Is that what was going on?
No.
Pretty
no,
much.
No. They're my friends too, but they're dogs. They're men, First thing they look at is boobs, butt. Please.
All right, so Laura, there you are with Robert at the club. Did you guys dance? Do anything fun?
Yeah, I find him very masculine and very attractive. And
Robert's like, yeah, that's me.
a lot of charisma, and I decided dance nasty and wild for him.
And Robert, did this go on all night, this dancing provocatively like that?
Well, we got hungry a little bit later, and then we
Worked up an
Very
appetite.
hungry.
I mean, I was really nervous. I had to get something in my tummy. I was really nervous. We went to go eat, and we had our own place in the back.
Booth,
It was pretty late, and we had our own little booth. We're away from everybody, and we're sitting next to each other, and we're just sitting there feeding each other like we wanted to kiss each other. It was like right there, face to face.
Well, actually, he was giving me a drink from his mouth.
Wait. He was giving you a drink from his mouth? He only does that to me. You say you never do that with anyone else, and you never done it with anyone else but me.
I guess I have to ask, but what happened after dinner? I'm almost afraid to hear what went on.
Well, I take him to my place and to my apartment, and I tell him to take a seat, get comfortable. And I went to my bathroom and I get some sexy lingerie. And then I turned down the lights, and I put some sexy music on, and I start dancing for him naked.
Easy. Myra, now be nice. We told you earlier, be nice, you guys.
I didn't do anything. She did it.
He was just watching.
Naked.
And Robert,
I was just watching.
Robert, how did this dance compare to the one earlier?
Naked, though.
Woo. Going from the freeway to a speedway, it was too hot to handle. It was
Okay, Robert, after that, how did the night end? What happened?
well, from there, she put our clothes back on, and unfortunately, I liked it better in her birthday suit, but
What?
So
Birthday.
it was getting late. It was getting pretty late, and I had to go home, and just gave me a good night kiss on the cheek, both ways, and say good night.
And that was it. Okay. Wow. Robert, I'm just taking a moment to picture it all. Quite a date. Was a private dance and Laura's sexy birthday suit enough to give Robert a change of heart? We're going to find out, because during the break, each of them have to make a final decision. We'll find out what they decide when we come right back. All right, welcome back. Now we are at the moment of truth, because during the break, Robert and Myra each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, Myra, you came on the show because you wanted Robert to realize that you were just that one-of-a-kind woman and that one package, and you should be number one priority.
That's right.
So, you said you wanted to date somebody that wasn't living with mom and dad, somebody that you wouldn't have to chauffeuring all over and driving for all the time, and somebody that was more financially stable. So we hooked you up with Jeff. You guys hit it off right off the bat. That phone conversation was a little steamy. You went to a romantic restaurant. You guys were feeding each other. Everything was going really well, and the lack of underwear was very intriguing to you, obviously.
Yes, it was.
But it is your decision, stay together or change of heart. What do you say?
Well, even though I am extremely shocked that it went to that limit and to the point of the striptease, but I have to say that I will stay with him.
Stay together. All right, Jeff, sorry things didn't work out for you. Robert was feeling pretty confident. But Myra, tell us, what was it about the date that made you realize that you did want to stay together?
Well, I know for a fact that the striptease is not going to keep him away from me, because I take him to a strip joint myself. And a naked body is not new to him, and it's not new to anyone. And I know.
All right, well, we'll see if that was enough or not. All right, Robert, your turn. Now, some of the things that you were concerned about, you wanted to date somebody that was going to share the workload in the bedroom. That was one of the problems. Somebody that was a little better proportion, a little bustier, I guess, and somebody that was going to trust you a little bit more. So there you were with Laura. We hooked you up there that way. You guys went dancing. You fed each other. You guys came back to her place. She did that private little thing for you and a nice goodnight kiss to end it all. Myra does want to stay together, but it's your decision now. What do you say?
Had a wonderful date. She would definitely do her part in the bedroom. She is a little bustier, but I'm going to have to say stay together.
Stay together. Laura, I'm sorry things didn't work out for you. Wow. Well, you know, you guys tested your relationship by going out with other people, and Myra, now I hope he knows you are the #1 person in his life.
Of course, you better
She's like,
know that.
is there any other
better.
way? Absolutely. All right, that's our show for today. Good luck to Myra and Robert, and thanks to Laura and Jeff for being here. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.